It's amazing that it has been 48 years since I lived in the house. Hello, you lovely people of the internet. I've just spent a few hours online talking to a cousin I probably haven't seen for the best part of 20 years, possibly longer, and looking at photos from where he used to live and talking about my granddad who I never met. And it's been quite tearful, reminiscing about this past that's almost inaccessible now because it's so long ago. I mean, it was like nearly 50 years ago when I moved from that area. I say nearly 50, I mean, where are we now? It's like okay, 48 years ago I moved from that place where seeing those photos just before the houses were knocked down in Birkenhead, and I'm talking about my granddad who was South African, who died in 1947. I didn't even know when he died. So he died in 1947, not long after my dad had got back from his duties in the Second World War. In another year's time, I'll find out what my dad did during his time in the Second World War, because he'll have been dead long enough for those things to now be released. And while I'm curious about what he did, because he never talked about it, and while I'm curious about what he did, I wouldn't want to know too much detail. I don't know how much detail those things go into anyway. Probably not that much. But I would just love to know where he was. You know, and there's like a little thing in the conversation came about that when I bring me dad a cup of tea, he always used to say to me, "Thank you." Now, I didn't think much of it. I thought he was just mispronouncing German or something, because I really didn't know. I really didn't have a clue. And it was only relatively recently, it was about 10 years ago, I found out a bit about Afrikaans, and the dankie is like thank you. Yeah, you know, and that's, my dad was saying thank you in Afrikaans. So that's something he heard as a child growing up. And I wonder if he could say other things as well. But of course, I was too immature to have even asked the question, what language is that, Dad? I just assumed my dad was old and stupid. And I know he wasn't stupid, because he was a very intelligent, self-taught man. Just in my arrogance as a teenager, and him being, because he was 50 or 51 when I was born. So I only ever knew him as an old man. And in my arrogance, I assumed that I was smarter than him. Even though I kind of knew that I wasn't, but he was such a humble man. He never bragged about anything. And I was so arrogant that if I do have a regret, it's that I didn't connect with both my parents as an adult. My mum died when she was 61. I was only 25. I was still a baby. And my dad died when I think I was 31. So I was still very young, still immature. And it's been really nice connecting with some of the history, you know. I know my granddad was a lighthouse keeper in Simonstown in South Africa during the period of the First World War. And he came over to the UK, and my dad was born in 1919. So, and he was the first of the family over here. There's family over in South Africa as well. But I've been quite tearful, like looking at the buildings where I grew up, and there was very much the playground of my early years. I mean, I was 8 when we moved. I felt like I do now, growing up. It's weird, isn't it? I felt like I knew everything that I could possibly know ever when I was 8. I felt I was all grown up compared to when I was 7. That's the thing about like that feeling all grown up. I felt grown up, and now I realise I was just a little kid. And I remember one venture that we went on when we were still living there. I walked with me mates from that part of Birkenhead all the way up to the north end, right up Conway Street, up past Laird Street, up Hoylake Road, right up to like, I don't know what it was called. That my mates called it. My mate who was with called it the Nanny Goat Mountains. It wasn't the Nanny Goat Mountains, but it was by Bidston. It was somewhere up that way. Can't remember the name of it. It's on Hoylake Road anyway. And that was an epic journey. I don't know how long it took us to get there, because it would have only been about 7 or 8. It was an epic journey. Like from where I was to Birkenhead Park was about a mile, 3/4 of a mile. And it was much further than that. And for those little legs, that was a hell of a distance. That was some journey we did. That was me, Roddo, probably the 2 roaches who we used to hang around with, Paul and Dava. Paul died a few years ago, which is really sad. And the last I heard of Dava, he was doing all right. But Hagsy's my friend on Facebook. He's well cool. Hopefully when I get down to like Liverpool, I'll get to meet up with him. Sorry, get up to Liverpool and down. I'm in Plymouth. Anyway, reminiscing about sort of history stuff. Oh, I couldn't. It's amazing that it has been 48 years since I lived in the house by Birkenhead Docks. Mad stuff. Anyway, love yous. Don't be silly, Hazel. You're not an all singing, all dancing thingy what's it band. Don't even do that. That's silly too. Stop it. Stop it now, idiot.